Hey everybody, Sci-Fi Modeler here. I haven't done a video in a long time, and I've just been really busy. And I've done several. I've started several projects and doing some experimentation here and there. But anyway, I wanted to upload this video. This is the continuation of my last one I did when I first got my Space 1999 Hawk. And this one, it was supposed to be a real easy one. It's supposed to be a quick slam bam, thank you ma'am. And it's a pretty simple build, except for one thing. I say to myself, do I really want to have to build two of these because I want to build one quick and then later I want to build a better one? Well, I always go for the second. Let me just build this one better. So what happened was, instead of just slamming this together, like I said, I decided to get a interior cockpit, as you can see here. This is a 3D printed cockpit. This is from Shapeways, and this fits very nicely inside the shell of the ship, and comes with this rear panel that I'm going to repaint because I'm not happy with that very much. And it is very, very detailed, and let's see if I get that focused in here. Very, very detailed, very awesome, with the exception that this instrumentation you will never see unless you open up a panel on the top of the ship. Okay, that I'm not going to do, but I am going to put some lighting in there. It comes with two seated astronauts. They're much smaller parts of the thing here. Where is it? It's hard to see and film at the same time. Okay, it comes with two of these astronauts, and I started. Still have to paint these, obviously. What I do is I usually prime most of the parts first, and then separately put. This is mainly a white ship, so mainly I put some white on there. And I noticed that if I don't separate them and keep them in the box and back and forth, they start getting scratched up. So I figure, well, let me at least separate the ones that I've already painted and are ready to be put in, and that way at least I'll have less of a chance of them getting scratched up. Like I said, I prime with a gray primer, and then I start putting the white. And what I do is I put layers of white so that it ends up not completely white, but a little bit of tones of gray in there, shaded gray, or not quite white. So that's a nice little effect. So I do that. Okay, so the color orange, it's not a true orange. It's if you put straight orange on there, it's kind of too bright. And I was listening to Lou, the guy from the guy who does those masking and does a bunch of videos. Lou, sorry, I forgot your last name. Anyway, he said to use a little bit of whole red and mostly orange. Well, Lou, you didn't give me a measurement, so I had to start guessing. And this one is too dark. So I upped the orange and came up with a new color. And hopefully this will do it. I'll let you guys see what that looks like later on. But this is definitely a lot lighter orange red than that. That just seemed a little bit too dark to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a couple lights in the cockpit so that at least it's lit up. You can see the pilots, and you will probably see some glow coming through like the bottom a little bit. And so that, I'm not going to go all out with instrumentation because, like I said, you're not going to see it inside the cockpit. And let's see what else I got here going on. So here's the main engine, and what I did was I got it into my head, you know what, I should light at least the main engine. There's a lot of room in here for wiring stuff. So what I did was I went ahead, I took a piece of brass tubing and I put it through the end piece that goes on the end here. It's a flat piece, and I made it go into the nozzle, but you can't. I mean, you can't see it from there unless you like zoom in there, shine a light. You can't see it. So that's where I'm going to put my flickering LED. I'm going to insert it on the very end here, and it'll shine back and forth all over the place, bounce around that inner brass tube, and then it'll be flickering. So I'll have the main engine lit up, and that way, one, it's a good way to secure the LED, and two, I don't have to worry about light blocking because it's going to go through the tube, and I don't have to worry about light blocking this area or anything showing here. It's just going to go out the end of the tube and then flicker on the outside. Okay, so I'm going to have one flickering LED for the main engine. I'm going to have one flashing LED for the laser. It's down here. So I'm gonna put a small flashing LED in there. Excuse me. And then I'm going to paint the piece of plastic cannon that they give you in the kit right in there. I'm going to paint that probably yellow, orange, and I'll get my laser that way. And then I'll have two LEDs here. This is where the cockpit's going to sit. So two LEDs underneath there shining up on the pilots, the back wall, etc. So 4 LEDs total. Bring it down right through here, and this comes with your base dome, and with can't remember if this one actually came with a hollow rod, but I got a hollow rod that I'm going to use, and I'm going to cut it to size. And oops, not that one. This one actually is the one I used for the engine. I got this other one here. It fits right in there. And at the end, I'm going to cut this to size so that in my display cabinet, which is getting kind of crowded, what I'll do is I'll have this ship high enough that it'll fly, it'll hover over the eagle I have in there. So that way I basically don't take up more space, but I'll take up the height that way. So it'll be one over the other. So I think that'll look cool. So, like I said, I like to paint as much as I can ahead of time. The only hardship with that is when I put these two halves together, I did mess up, and there's going to be some putty work to be done here, which is fine. All I got to do is just after I put these together, just put in the putty, and then when I'm gonna, after I sand it and I'm gonna paint it again, just going to mask off the sides and just spray that one line in there, a joint line, and hopefully that blends in. So that's what I got going on. So I wanted to just show you guys what problems I made for myself on this fairly easy kit. I think the hardest part of this kit is all the decals you got to place on it. There's a million decals on it. So, but okay, that's it for now. I will give you a finalized video once I get it all together, or if I find any other problems. But this is a little inside view of what I planned for this. All right, guys, till next time.